Alright, so we're starting a new topic today called rates and ratios, and our first lesson is on just introducing ratios. And you would have seen ratio in year 8, so hopefully this first lesson should just be a refresher on what you already know. Now, a couple of things about ratios is that we're basically using a ratio to compare quantities, and they're generally the same quantities. They need to be the same units, okay, otherwise we can't compare them correctly. And of course, a ratio, the two quantities are split between a column, okay, and the order that we place the numbers in our ratio is extremely important because they actually represent a particular number. Now, let's go to example 1 to see what we are doing here. It says a sample of mixed nuts contains 5 cashews, 12 peanuts, and 2 macadamia nuts. Write down the ratio of cashews to peanuts to macadamias. Well, the order is always important. So cashews is 5. And we write 5 to 12 to 2. It's as simple as that. Now, the ratio of cashews to the total number of nuts. Well, let's quickly work out the total number of nuts. We've got 5 plus 12 plus 2, which gives us an answer of 19. So the ratio of cashews to the total number of nuts is 5 to 19. And the ratio of peanuts to other nuts, well, peanuts is 12, and other nuts is made up of cashews and macadamia, which is 12 to 7. So example 2 says complete each pair of equivalent ratios. Now you just noticed I made that mistake there at the part where I said fractions, because essentially equivalent ratios and equivalent fractions are very similar indeed. Okay, so if we look at these two numbers here, these two ratios here, we're going to look at the 4 compared to the 16. And what we're going to say is, what do I times 4 by to get 16? Okay, so how do I change the 4 to a 16? Of course, I'm going to times it by 4. Now, just like a fraction, we are changing the denominators and numerators, and you have to times them by the same number. We have to do the same thing with ratios. So if we times 4 by 4 to get 16, then we also have to times the 9 by 4 to get the answer in this box. Okay, so 4 to 9 is the same as 16 to 9 times 4, which is 36. 16 to 36. In B, we're comparing 15 and 5. So, well, how do I change 15 to 5? Well, I'm going to be able to divide that by 3. So to change the 30 into whatever should be in this box, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to take the 30 and I'm going to divide by 3, because you do the same thing to both ratios. So 30 to 15 equals 30 divided by 3 to 5, which is 15, which is 30 divided by 3 is 10 to 5. So 30 to 15 is the same as 10 to 5. And you can pretty much see that because 15 is half the size of 30 and 5 is half the size of 10. So we can tell we've done it correctly.